for a second because I think Kevin might. You want to come back here screaming?
Did you guys post a link or do I need to do that? I just got back, my bad.
I thought you were doing that.
Nah, I was eating my pizza.
So you didn't hear me that the broadcast was up? Okay.
No, but that doesn't mean that you posted or didn't post it. I said I was leaving and then I came back and then I heard you say that we were live. So I heard your comment about making tags, so I figured you were tagging everyone.
Yeah. Well, we're ready to roll. I don't know where Boss went, or I thought Jay West come in here.
I'm ready, bro. I just went ahead and muted my mic because I thought I was just going to have a visitor. Because I'm kind of sitting back here breaking a rule at the moment, so.
She is gonna kick your ass, dude.
I know.
Is Jay West coming in here, or did anybody know?
He's in here.
Oh.
I seen him join.
Ha ha ha. Bickerton, you ready?
Yeah.
Are you still huffing down that pizza?
No, I ate it all.
And them psychedelics on top.
I don't think so.
Sound like you had something. You sound a little angry. little
Yeah,
more
man, I just got
confrontational.
embarrassed by Jay West, bro.
Join the club, brother. It's all good. It happens.
Hey, we'll get started here again in about 3 or 4 minutes. Let some people filter in. We don't have too many in here watching right now.
Yeah, boy. Bum. The Panthers had 2 players in Player of the Week for the Fantasy League. Naheem Hines and Kyle Fuller. At least I'm playing well in that league so far.
Yeah, we can actually start off on fantasy if you want to. After we get done with the like before we go into the expansion.
Okay.
Just briefly go over what's going on in fantasy, and I'll let you take that. So we got like 2 more minutes, and
first.
well, we'll do it right there after we talk about the league expansion. We'll squeeze it in right there, and
I just mean, is that going to be the first one we talk about? I just want to make sure I got the right one on my screen.
yeah.
Bickerton, you all right?
Am I alright? Yeah. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. You sound different. You don't sound as upbeat. Are you just tired, or you feel something on your chest? You upset over something? We need to talk it out.
No, man, I'm just chilling. I said I just got my butt kicked, so I'm hurt from it, man. I don't like losing.
I don't let that bother you, man.
1-5, man. That's terrible.
I've been there and done it, man.
Just seems like every time, and definitely my Bengals team, I ball out year 1 and then year 2 I just disappear with them. You know?
Maybe you just need to redo it, man. Just fall back on a little bit more Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Control the clock.
I don't even know if it's like just my offense and my defense. My defense gets toasted every single game. It started out with the Chargers and his fast wide receivers, and then I got beat by Terry.
Well, for the record, man, you have started out with probably one of the toughest fucking opening schedules that you could possibly have.
Yeah.
You know,
I just don't know how much I can come back from, you know, and with how good our leagues are. I mean,
well, look at this,
last
you know,
year's,
just
look at last year's playoffs. Like, if you had 5 losses, you weren't making playoffs.
you don't have to. You have to battle Nate for that second spot. I love it. I don't give a damn. That's a badass fucking song. That motherfucker's singing his ass off.
Shit.
Y'all can all.
I tried to
that.
help
That
Bickerton out, man. Trying to get him, you know,
motherfucker
try to
down.
bring him back, man. I mean, he's sitting here just all tore up. We can't have that.
Is my mic bad?
No, you're good. Let's go ahead and get started.
Did I just hear Aaron Neville in the head?
You damn right, man. We're bringing Bickerton back, man.
That motherfucker singing his ass off on that song. Though. I don't care.
It's
All I need to know.
That motherfucker's got all the. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I wanted to see another one of Jay West's singing songs. That's what I need right now.
There it is.
Jay West
Have
is
Jay
singing,
West
what?
put something together for Bickerton. Make him feel better,
I
man.
love. Seriously, when he
Yeah.
put that video of him singing that duet with those other people, or it might have been himself. Honestly, I didn't know who it was, but that was damn good that one day.
That was him.
Yeah, it was
There's
a shocker,
we
man.
got Jimmy Chestnut. What's up, Jimmy?
Hey Jimmy, shout out to my boy Jimmy. He's fighting through some COVID right now, so.
Oh my
prayers up for him
God.
to get healthier and stuff like that. I talked to him earlier today, and he said he's feeling better. So.
Nice.
Well, that's good.
Nice.
Well, we'll go ahead and get started. Episode 5. We've got, first of all, thank everybody for stopping by. For the ones that come in a little bit later, if you go back and watch all this, we do appreciate you. We got a lot to get to, and as normal, we got some big news, though. It's a little bit different this week. We've had a lot of admin meetings on it, and things like that, and we've got, you know, an league expansion that we're talking about, trying to, you know, bring a little bit more creativity to what we do here with JTDG. So tonight we've got Jay West with us, who is lost somewhere in the mountains of Virginia. Nobody knows where he's at, but I think he is running from the government, and they will never find him, was the exact words he said.
Out there like that, man.
Just saying. Just
Don't
saying,
use his
man.
government name.
What's up? What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's good?
And we got Jay Mabry, a.k.a. Mr. Big Boss himself. He's with us tonight from out in
Aye, aye,
Nashville.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Don't know how long he's going to be with us if he keeps breaking his wife's rules. We may be having an admin spot open by the time this is over with. So, and then of course,
First time getting my ass whooped.
and then of course we've got Big Play Bick, Mr. Dylan
boy.
Bickerton, a Cincinnati fan. He's going through some struggles, so we need you guys to lift him up with
Yeah, come on, man. I need
some
that.
positivity. He's already requested songs from Jay West. So I'm sure Jay West is going to put something together for him. I tried playing some Aaron Neville, and you know, we got to keep Bickerton on the positive, man. So welcome,
I need some Billy Joel piano, man.
buddy. Say
Nice.
no more. I mean, you want it now or later?
Nice choice, Bickerton. I'm impressed.
I'm like a walking jukebox. You have no idea.
I'm
Just-
impressed.
Don't get any ideas on where to put the quarter in. You know what I'm saying?
You don't hear young men say that very often. That's very good, man. That's a very good song. Very good artist.
That's my go-to.
There's Matt in the chat. What's
What
up,
up,
Matt? How are you, man?
What up, Matt? What up? Matty Ice. What's good?
No doubt, man. We'll look at that later. I think Matt's trying to challenge for that for my division over there in the Regs League. So I don't think I've been watching, man. Especially after I lost 2 games last night. But anyway, let's get started. College recap for over the weekend, man. What's some things that stood out to you guys?
I'd say if you had to start with one, the biggest one is the fact that Oregon got
Mollywopped.
yeah. So that may be Cincinnati's ticket in. It just popped up. It maybe it'll happen while the podcast is going on, but they're supposed to do their ESPN thing now of who's in and who's out. So we'll see here shortly if Cincinnati squeaks in.
I hope so.
I hated that game, man. I had a 5-team parlay going, and I hit 4 out of 5, and I took Oregon. No, actually, the Oregon was +3, and that cost me my whole deal. But what about you, Jay West?
I actually didn't get to watch any football
Swear to God.
Yeah, you know, I was heading up to the mountains, man.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, a little busy, but I'll get it back this weekend, man.
Everybody always think vacation better than keeping up with the news, huh?
Yeah, man.
What about you, Bickerton? What do you got?
Yeah, so Ohio State absolutely dominated on Saturday.
Yeah, forgot about that one.
I'm a Cincinnati fan, but that was a big game for them. They played Michigan State, and they showed out. They should be the one or two team in the nation. So
are they back though, or is that a fluke?
I mean,
I tell you what, I don't mean to break in. Go ahead, Ben. I mean that if you ain't it's as a college team, if you wouldn't put on notice at that point, that was either Michigan State was one of those teams that were just winning the right games and staying where they are, or Ohio State is putting some folks on notice. You know, because you just don't do that.
The quarterback passed for 6 touchdowns, which is damn impressive, and he only had 3 incompletions all game, and he had like 300 or 400 passing yards. So that man was balling out.
Yep.
Well, my personal favorite was Tennessee. Granted, they played, who was it, South Alabama or whatever, but they actually went ahead and clinched their bowl, I guess, availability or whatever it is. First time in season 1, you know, for Coach Heupel, and just probably accomplishing things that we weren't supposed to and that kind of stuff. So, but you know, we're definitely not, you know, a top 25 team or anything like that. But do you think like in this whole college thing, or we safe? Should they expand the playoffs? What's your guys' thoughts on that stuff?
I've always wanted them to expand it from a just because I'd like, you know, as much as sometimes I think that Cincinnati, it would show that sometimes if Cincinnati played, you know, I'm an SEC guy, so I'm going to be cocky and be like SEC football rules, you know. So, but I'd love to see them get a chance to battle them, because just what if? Because like if a program is built right, and say, you know, they're a smaller program, they've built their team right, and they all of a sudden they show up with all these seniors and talented juniors, and that's why they're winning now, regardless of who they're playing. Give them a chance to prove it against some other teams. You know, I don't see how. I don't care how good it is, but just as far as the way the rankings go, how do you keep an undefeated team that's sitting right there at the 5 spot? How do you keep them from ever making it in? Because one or two things are going to happen. Oregon's already lost. You know, so Oregon's going to drop down. Either you put them in now and go with it, or you stand a chance on the bigger ones coming up soon when Alabama and Georgia play in the championship game. Georgia beats Alabama. Alabama's got a 2-loss. You still going to keep them in there above Cincinnati? You know, it's kind of like, you know, I just think that team is because of where you've had them ranked, and, you know, they're high enough. Like with the year with Boise State started so low in the ranking, they never got high enough where they could justify moving them another 10 spots to put them in the top 4. But Cincinnati's been sitting right here knocking on the door all year long. It's like it's time to let them in. It's just time to put them there, give them a shot, and see what happens. You know, I mean, because they're already, because more likely they put them in, they're going to put them in at the 4 spot. You know, so at best, if Georgia cleans sweeps it all and beats Alabama, they're going to meet up with Georgia You know, it's almost like in an NCAA tournament when you got the 1 seed against the damn the 16th seed. You know, it's just you don't think it's going to ever happen, but ask Duke about it because it happened. You know, and that's just something to play for. You know, to me.
Yeah, so the rankings are out now. At number 5 they have Michigan. Number 4 they have Cincinnati.
Nice.
So they're top 4 now. Number 3 Alabama. Number 2 Ohio State, and of course number 1 Georgia.
Wow,
And,
Ohio State jumped Alabama.
yeah. And the cool thing about last year was Cincinnati played Georgia in the bowl game, and I know we ended up losing. I was watching the game, but at one point we were up by 10, and Georgia made the comeback. And I only think our program got better from last year, and I mean I'm sure Georgia did too, but I mean it wasn't like they blow us out by 30 or anything like that, saying like wow these guys really don't belong here. So.
Right.
I mean, I think it might be a lot closer than some people think.
Well, that's the ongoing debate. You know, that's ever since they started this stuff is figuring out how many teams actually deserve that shot and that kind of thing, right? Because you take a team like Wake Forest, who's kind of been in the top 10, you know, pretty much all season long, right? And then they turn around and they get absolutely just destroyed by Clemson, who's got a down year. So, and then you look at these other teams that are in the weaker conferences, how, you know, what justifies them being there? Because nobody, what people, the whole objective, you know, and the whole goal for having this playoff system was for parity, right? And to have good games and make sure that we have a true national champion, as opposed to, I remember growing up when I think it was Miami and Nebraska. You know, several years when we didn't have this stuff several years ago, and then all of a sudden, you know, now we've got you know multiple teams claiming they're the national champion. Was it Central Florida that did that not too long ago as well? They went undefeated, but
UCF, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't invited to the show or whatever, and you know it's just kind of where we're at. Jay West, what do you think?
I'm gonna jump in real quick, just because I'm in a talkative mood. You know, I need help on this. Like, and it's crazy that I need help on it because I should know the answer. How many power conferences are there? Is there
5?
6? There's 5.
5, Power 5.
They need to add one more conference to that, and that's your playoff. That's your playoffs right there. You know, the winners of those conferences make it to the playoffs, and that's who battle it out. Why not? Why not just do it that way? You know, the champion of each conference makes it. You know,
Yeah.
That's an idea, for sure.
I like to see like you're saying, have your top 6 and then have 2 wild card spots. So I'd have 8 personally. But I definitely
you know what? That makes sense because you know after I said it, because I like that that makes perfect sense because after I said it, you know, there are some teams that end up with one loss that should be there. You know, like you know, it's kind of like, hey, we deserve a shot. You know, we lost one game, and let's just say, for instance, it's very capable of 2 teams making it to their championship game, and one of those teams are obviously going to lose. Does that team not still deserve a shot? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's great, and I like that.
Jay West, speak on it.
My man's outside looking.
I don't know
at
what Jay West is doing. I mean, he's
enjoying that view out there, man.
he's just here
he's
so he
up there
doesn't
in
get
the mountains,
fined,
man.
right?
Yeah, he may have as soon as it was time for him to talk, he may have lost some type of connection. You know, his microphone was acting up the other night and everything like that. So,
Yeah. We will move on in the chat. You know, what do you guys think? Let us know. It's always a good conversation and always a good debatable topic. You know, what qualifies the teams for this playoff? How many should we have and that kind of thing. So,
a couple of other things, Josh, before you move on, man. Penn State just signed Franklin, agreed to a 10-year contract.
They brought him back.
So for 10 years, so he's doing something right there. And As soon as Florida lost to Missouri, the Florida coach was fired.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Hey, being a Tennessee fan, you know, I mean, you kind of laugh because you know, that was us not too long ago, and everybody, you know, kind of picked on us for the ridiculous crap that went on with, you know, our I guess series of coaches that we had and that kind of thing, and we were never the same, you know, thanks to Lane Kiffin and him being a punk and that kind of stuff. But
and word on the street is Lane Kiffin
he's one of
is
them,
their
right?
target
Yeah.
for Florida's coach. I won't be the same. My heart cannot take that.
Well,
At least if he's on Ole Miss, he's on the other side. We may play them every so often.
Well,
that dude shows up in Florida, and I know we got to play them every year.
Love him or hate him, man, the dude's good at what he does. So he brings a lot of creativity to you know, to the game and his play calling and stuff like that, and you know, the off the field decisions and stuff. I mean, antics. I mean, even when we had that blow up, I mean, you know, nobody was talking about how he was you know, just kind of, he wasn't helping this situation with his, you know, behavior and that kind of thing. But as far as being a coach, he's a very good coach, and you know, state of Florida would be very thick with you know, talent as far as recruiting and things like that. But it'll, I don't know, it's gonna be interesting. I'm sure, you know, the people at Ole Miss, if he does leave, because LSU's open as well, right? Or did they ever find somebody?
No, LSU's still open as far as I know.
Yeah, so you got two big-time SEC programs that have, you know, vacancies coming up, or you know, immediately already do. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But you know, evidently, I'll speak on behalf of Vol Nation or whatever. We don't care. We're going to go out. It don't matter who you are. We're going to try to run, you know, our style of tempo and that kind of thing. So. But we'll move on to NFL. What's some of the things that's really stuck out this past weekend for the NFL for you guys?
Well, go ahead.
Let's see. Jason Garrett just got fired by the Giants, offensive coordinator. Kind of seen that coming, you know. The Titans, will the real Titans please stand up? You know. That's so typical of Titans football. You know, all they talked about was through this 5-week span how they've beat all these last year playoff teams and blah blah blah, and then we go and we get handled by the Texans. It's just typical Titans football, and I'm kind of depressed about it, man, because I thought he was being such a good sport about it, such a good guy about the way everything was going. Man, we just released Adrian Peterson. So
I thought he ran very well last game.
Man, I just liked his attitude. I liked how he was so complimentary over getting a chance and so thankful, and how he talked about the team when asked. You know, I hate seeing it, man. I do. You know, we had one kid that finally showed up and started playing a little bit better, so he's probably going to be our go-to guy for now. But man, I'd like to see Peterson kind of be able to hang in there. I just think the way he was professional, you know, very professional. But man, so those are I guess it seems like the Chiefs are back on track, to be quite honest.
Yeah, that was enough.
I'm kind of a Cowboy hater, so I loved it. You know, nothing against the Cowboys. It just, I don't know. Every time I turn around, I feel like there's a Cowboy fan in my face. You know?
Oh, they're everywhere.
So that's kind of why I've kind of gotten the way I am. Because I ain't gonna lie, man. As a football fan, it would drive me insane, because you look on paper every single year, Cowboys should be a playoff team every year, no doubt about it. But yet they find ways to screw their stuff up. They went against the Chiefs defense, right? Everybody talks about how weak the Chiefs defense is. The Chiefs defense didn't look weak against them. That's who won the game for them.
No, that's the NFL, man. The NFL is just kind of crazy like that. You never know who's going to show up.
Any given Sunday, baby.
What about Buffalo just getting absolutely destroyed by the Colts?
Man,
Yeah,
I think
man.
the Colts. I think the Colts. I don't know, man. I think the Colts are putting some people on notice, and because you think about the way football, NFL works, Jonathan Taylor has put himself on the map, son. And but hey, real quick before we move on from that, let me think. I'm gonna say it right now. That's what hurts me every time because I'm a big Titans fan. You realize that Jonathan Taylor just now, after 3 weeks, become the leading rusher over Derrick Henry. Man, that boy was on a record pace, man, and he got hurt, man. I hate it for him, man.
Yeah, I hear that.
Jay West, are you back?
Deserves it, man.
Yeah, I'm back, man.
Looks like
JT
we got.
deserves every bit of it.
Is it Tyron Terry? Is that you in the chat, man? Said only Cowboys fans think Cowboys should be in the playoffs every year, and that's the absolute fact. So,
Why?
they are
Not just
passionate.
playoffs, they're Super Bowl. They're going to the Super Bowl every year.
Man, I got cracked up when I had that meme pop up or whatever talking about. Somebody did one and put one of the Island Boys in the damn Cowboys uniform.
Island boys.
Yeah, we them Island Boys, boy. So, but yeah, man, I don't know. It's fans are passionate. Jay West is back, so my passion is back. Jay West, speak on it. You missed out on a whole bunch, man.
Said speak on it.
Yeah, speak on it. What you got? We've been talking to you and you ain't been here.
I'm sorry, man. I've been having technical difficulties. Excuse me for that.
No, man, I don't know. I've always been a damn Cowboy hater. I always will be. It just is what it is. You always got those teams.
You already know I'm a Washington football fan, man.
Absolutely.
And, let's speak on them. How about we talk about them guys?
Let's talk about them, man.
Look, I'll be the first to say, man, I was about to give up on these boys, man, because I just didn't like what I seen out of them. I feel like after the bye week, they just came back with a whole new attitude. Like it's a different team, man. Like everybody's confident. Everybody knows what they're doing. Defense is actually starting to play better. They're actually playing better without Chase Young and Montez Sweat right now. Unfortunately, we lost Chase Young for the season with that torn ACL, man. But other guys stepped up. Heineke is just playing crazy right now. The things he's been doing the last couple of weeks, man. They took out the Super Bowl like convincingly, beat them. Like it was like they put on a clinic, and then line of this past weekend, the return of Cam starting, you know what I'm saying? And shoot, he showed up. Like,
yeah,
it wasn't easy, man. And I didn't even know the Panthers had the #2 defense. Like that, I was shocked to see what the football team did, man. Like, went on long drives and scored when they needed to. It was something else,
I think
man.
it was 3 weeks ago, Jay West, if I'm not sure. It may be 4, I don't know, but there was an interview with Heineke, and Heineke kind of stepped up and took it all on himself, and he said, he goes, I need to play better for this team. And I don't know, man. It seems like he is.
He is, man. Somebody mentioned it. I don't know if it was an analyst or whatnot, but it was like he looking a little Brett Favre out there. Some of the things that he's been doing.
God.
And I don't like nobody comparing. Look, I like Brett Favre. Brett Favre is the man. And I don't like when people try to compare. Listen, let me finish.
I'm going with it. Just
let me speak my piece on it. I don't agree with them trying to compare him to Brett Favre, because he's nowhere near that. But I can say that the plays that he has been making, like, it's been crazy, man. Like, he had a play in the last game. It was a 4th and 4 or something like that, and he like escaped out the pocket, and then he had a defender barreling down on him. He just kind of like moved a little bit, like shrugged him off with his left hand, and threw the ball, man, on a 4th down, and kept the drive going. I was like, damn.
You know what that's called, Jay West?
Good. what's that called?
That's called fear.
Nah,
Just
the thing about
running
it
for
is,
your
he didn't look
life and you
scared.
got nothing to lose.
Nah, there was nothing fearful about it, man. He was confident in what he was doing. He's been doing it. He's running up, throwing it. Like he's doing all right, man. Like I'm not going to sit here and like, oh, we're going to the play, we're going to the bowl. I just like seeing the team being competitive. That's all I ever wanted to see. Instead of getting their head beat in every week. Like,
Hey, they just need to hand the ball off to Gibson, baby.
Man, Gibson got the most fumbles in the league right now.
Hey, you know why? Because he's running
Cannot
the
hold on
hardest.
to the ball. No, he's playing. He's had a shin problem all season. So he's battling through that, but I mean, you got to hold on to the football, son. I'm sorry.
I think, and I hate to say it, man, because I didn't realize it, but Samuel hadn't really worked out for y'all. But I think they finally found him a number 2. What is that? Who's that number 1 receiver y'all have?
Oh,
Where's the number
DeAndre
1?
Carter. That big surprise. Yeah,
he seems like he's stepping in, and he's going to take some pressure off of Scary Terry, which is a name that's rightfully so, because that man is a bad dude, man.
I don't know if you've seen the highlights of that game. Some of the catches he made, like he made one catch. It was like a third down conversion. It was a simple, quick slant. Man, he caught the ball. The safety came down and smacked. Wow, I thought he was hurt, man. He got up, started beating on his chest like first down. I'm like, yeah,
man, that dude's a beast, bro. He is a beast.
Catching passes in traffic, like, man, they need to go ahead and give that man his respect, man, because he's been doing it with so much crap that's been going on, man. Let's see him playing better, but I love seeing Dallas lose.
Absolutely.
It's a passion of mine, and I have a lot of friends that are Cowboys fans, and I love every moment of it, man.
Yep, you have to. I got to watch a little bit of that Bengals game. That seemed like they finally got back on track a little bit. And I ain't gonna lie, man. If you ever get a chance to watch the Bengals, you'll get a different respect for Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is the fucking real deal QB, man. I really do. He got tackled a weird way, and kind of you could tell he tweaked his knee that was already hurt. Man, he just jumped up, man, and kind of was like, I got to go, I got to be out here, and he just kind of limped over there and just doing his thing. And I mean, you don't want nobody to be hurt, but dude, it's just, I like players like that, man. He just, I don't know, he's starting to grow on me, put it that way.
Well, you know what they say, a damn wart will grow on you too, you know what I'm saying?
Well, since we're on NFL football real quick, and since Josh wants to sit there and be so quiet, should Lamar Jackson be scared? Tyler Huntley looked kind of nice.
Oh my God, no, he didn't.
He looked kind of nice, stat-wise, and they won the game. I mean,
God almighty. What was it, like 6-3? Get out of here.
It wasn't 6-3.
Yeah, that was not a nice performance whatsoever.
What? Lamar get hurt?
Lamar is, it was 16-13 was the score, but I mean, they didn't. None of them scored until late.
Oh, they benched him?
He's sick.
Hey, Tyler Huntley looked good in preseason, so I'm not surprised if you said that he looked good in the game.
Yeah, Ravens have been snake bit, man, when it comes to all these freaking injuries and stuff. We can't seem to get in a rhythm, I guess, because I don't think we've had a full team the entire season.
Yeah.
Cincinnati pulled off the dub. Beckerton.
Yeah, man, we look really good. Boss talked about it a little bit, but defense showed up after the bye week, which was big. And we got a running game going, Joe Mixon, which not too many people are talking about, but that's 2 games in a row where he's had over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. So the one thing I was really surprised about, and I really don't necessarily agree with, was the NFL chose to flex the Broncos and Chiefs game. And in my opinion, I think the Chiefs are just going to whack them. And they had the option of flexing the Bengals and Chargers game. And I mean, that might be my bias in that take, but I think that's going to be a lot better a lot better game. And I mean, you're also comparing the Joe Burrow and friggin' Justin Herbert versus Teddy Bridgewater and friggin' Patty Mahomes. So I don't know. But yeah, Bengals look good on Sunday, man. I'm excited to see how the rest of the year wraps up for us.
Did y'all watch the Pittsburgh
Lions?
Steelers Chargers game
Oh yeah,
Sunday night?
that was good.
Man, what y'all think about Herbert, man?
Herbert's tough.
Yeah. That was a good game, though, man. I mean, the funny thing about it was, it makes you laugh. You get in those kind of games, how do you mess up that? Like, as far as the Steelers, they come back, they battle all the way back, get that lead. With that time on the clock, how in the world did the defense let a guy get past them?
Yeah, that was crazy. And they were saying this Minka Fitzpatrick wasn't in the game, but I mean, you still can't have that, man.
You play football your entire life.
Yeah, it's like
the worst thing that could happen is
that's just ridiculous, man.
Oh,
and then it was Mike Williams, like he looked on that field.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I guess
Still
we ain't
had
got
a chance
nobody
to catch him.
Yeah, I guess you ain't got nobody back there. Anybody look bad?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, man. If you think about it, I don't know if anybody's got a chance to watch that was watching Josh's game the other night against the Jags, but that play looked kind of familiar. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody came in motion across the field, and next thing you know, he hiked it, and the outside receiver was wide open.
Yeah, it did look a little familiar there.
A little cheesy.
No, it was just a good play.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to the cornerback to know who he's guarding.
So
And what
happened.
yeah, they both bit.
Yeah.
Both of them.
As a coach, that's exactly how you draw it up, man. That's what you want to see.
Yep.
Difference in real life, though, is that solely falls on the communication, right? And knowing your assignment. So we can't really, replicate that in a game or whatever. But like you said, it definitely, you draw it up. I mean, you try to get an advantage any way you can, and regardless of what that is. But and so you'll see all kinds of crossing patterns and things like that, and just trying to cause some confusion, amongst defense or whatever. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. I was sitting here just kind of looking through the scores, while you guys were talking, and it just seems like a couple of teams that really stick out, and kind of trying to figure out, as far as dramatics go, are the Browns and the Raiders. The Raiders, ever since all that happened with Gruden, they've kind of just completely fell off. For not just Gruden, and then Ruggs was right after that, and then you got the Browns with Odell and that whole situation, and Mayfield sitting here, just going off in interviews and things like that. Browns barely escaped against the Lions, right? And then as far as the Raiders, they ended up let's see. The Bengals is 32-13, Bickerton?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you guys, are those two programs, or those two organizations, are they finding themselves on that downward spiral right now?
I don't know, man. I mean, I definitely think you have good opinions on both, but I mean, the Bengals also got waxed after OBJ left. And the Browns have that good team around them, but I don't think Baker's the real deal, honestly. There's no reason that they can't win with that team on paper. Nick Chubb is an absolute unit, and their defense is tough. So I think as far as the Browns go, I think it's on Baker if he shows up that game or not.
But it's the same kind of thing, though, right? It's like the same organizations always tend to have problems,
right?
And it's the same type of problem. So will they ever get out of that funk, and every now and again they may have a decent year, like the Raiders started off really good this season, and then fell apart at an extreme rate. The Browns, the running joke in AFC North is like it's the Browns, You know,
Yeah.
so that's just kind of what's expected. But as bad as the Lions are, you know, to barely pull that off, man. Um, you know, I don't know. I think it's, you know, yet to be determined or whatever. But I know Mayfield is an absolute competitor, whether he's right or not. I mean, the dude is obviously not afraid to say what's on his mind. You know, so. But we got all that. What Boss was talking about right then about the plays brings up our next topic with Playstyle Debate, and you know, I wanted to talk about this in this podcast because you see it a lot, you know, in Madden with um, people have different types of play styles, and so this past week we've had situations where in our league, and then you know in some other leagues, and people talking about guys who run the ball right, and versus you know the norm of people who are pass heavy. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts, and Bickerton, we'll start with you. I want to get your thoughts on, you know, this whole debate when it comes to different play styles and things. Is that something that, you know, in your opinion, should people play a certain way? And if so, what is that? And then the second part to that is which one is there a right and wrong versus pass heavy versus run heavy?
No, I mean I don't think there's a right and wrong between the two. I mean that's my view. I'm not a guy that can go out there and pass the whole game. Um, I wouldn't say I run the ball all game, but I think for my play style, when I'm playing well, I run the ball and I usually throw it short passes and take what the defense gives me. And my theory is if I'm gonna win a football game, that's gonna be caused by me having less turnovers than my opponent. You know, and I think that's just me playing safe football, and I try to march it down the field and put some points up there each drive. Some guys can go out there and throw the whole game and read defenses very well and tear people apart. You know, I think it just depends on what your team has and man um, and what you enjoy more. You know, I think the other guys like Jay West and Boss who have more experience in man might be able to give you more insight on that.
Well, I think it's fine. let me start by saying, you know, to each his own for anybody who has their, for their game plans and how they play, their play styles. I think it's just funny sometimes when you have somebody who has his play style. I guess they feel like it's more exciting, or they want to run it up, they want to throw the ball downfield, this and that, and then they play somebody that's ground and pounded. You know what I'm saying? And you know, taking time away because you don't want to have to battle that person having shootouts, man. Like, not everybody's built for that. Play to what you know. You gotta play to what works for you. And I would love to pass all game, and, put up stats and this and that. But at the end of the day, man, it's all about the W. And I'm gonna try to get the W any way possible. And it could be passing, it could be running. Well, I like to run the ball, and some people don't like that. They feel like it's boring, and they don't like to deal with it. So all I gotta say about that is, F you. I'm gonna keep running the ball. Stop it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I had a situation earlier. Somebody got mad at me in a playoff game in a blizzard. Oh man, that's boring, man. You ran the ball for 3/4. What do you want me to do, man? It's a blizzard. You want me to just throw into the snow? You want me to throw into the blizzard? You want me to throw with 17-mile-per-hour winds? So that's my take on that. What you think, boss?
I was just gonna try to stay quiet, but my outlook on it is simple, and this is where it's at. Most of the time that I feel like the people who really have a problem with somebody coming out running the ball more compared to passing the ball more, that means they didn't got comfortable. You know, they done got comfortable in their style of defense, and you know they already done figured it out. Like I can come out here, I can throw up 25 zones and do my coach adjustments, and I've got everything covered. Now they're playing to my strengths. I got this fucking out covered. I got this slant covered. I got this damn crossing route covered. I feel confident. Well, what do you feel like? One that makes me laugh. This is what's gonna make me laugh. I got two different teams. In regs, I've got a passing team. A team is built for the pass. It is what it is, you know. So I'm more open with them. My fantasy team, because of where my pick was, and because of who fell to me, I went run heavy. So is it really my fault because you're not paying attention to what I have and what I'm going to cater to? You know, I mean, it's like, obviously, with the one team, I'm going to run the ball. I got Derrick Henry. I'm going to run that ball. I'm going to run it right down your throat. Why? Because the way everybody loves to play defense now. They want to come out there and play small at linebacker because they want to come out in those 3-3-5s, those 3-3-5 wides and all that crap, you know, and then they get mad. And then, you know, like, it's funny y'all say that because I got hit up right in the middle of my game talking about you're boring to play. I just told Straps, I feel the same damn way. It's boring playing you. Because all you do is cross drag and slant.
Yeah.
Cross drag and slant. You know, it's like, I mean, it's the same. You know, you can't get mad at somebody else because now, you know, I'm making your user be a real user. You know, anybody, I'm telling you right now, if you get good at your user, it's easy to drop back and guard the middle of the field because of how stupid this made it to where one guy can guard all this big area. You know, but when you're running the ball and you got your line set up the right way and you ID the right person and he gets picked up, now what? You got to come out of that little weak shit. You got to come out here in a different defense, a bigger front, a bigger set, a bigger things. You got to start using somebody you feel uncomfortable with if you really want to stop it. You know, that's just the way it goes.
Well, that's really why we play the game, right? I mean,
yeah.
whether you're talking about a video game, whether you're talking about real life. And my thoughts on it is, I don't think there's a right way. I think everybody is their own individual. And so everybody's going to have their own different type of scheme and things like that. And, you know, everything that's been touched on so far is, all that is 100% accurate. And in regard to the game itself being so easy, right? You've got all these options and resources to go to, like YouTube, and look up different plays. And then what happens is the general public start taking over, and what they call the meta or whatever, which is, you know, another new age term that I absolutely cannot stand, but it is what it is. But you take stuff like that, and you look at it and you're like, well, now because it's so popular on YouTube and people are showing everybody step by step, this is all you have to do, blah blah blah. Some people use it, some people don't, but the more popular vote is going to be for, number one, for offenses to be pass heavy. That is, you know, in a lot of people's opinion, in a lot of people's eyes, that is more exciting, right? Even in the game, when you go through some of these breakout scenarios or these different storylines that they put in the game this year, it specifically talks about if you choose to focus on your passing game, the exact words from your coach is like, well, everybody knows that you can score more points by passing the ball, you know, or something of that nature. And so when I look at things like that from a competitive standpoint, like, I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. So the flip side to that is, because the majority of people want to be pass heavy, then guess what the meta defense is? The meta defense is now going to be a pass defense. And so you do all these hot routes, you do this, that, and the other to stop the pass, but what you're doing is you're sacrificing your run defense. So the balance has got to be there. You look at Major League Baseball and they do the same thing, you know, and I think we've talked about it before on our show. They are doing everything they can to, you know, build up the offensive side of it, and they're taking the defense out of it. They've done things like lower the mound height because they said the pitchers were too dominant. They've even went as far to have, you know, the flat seam baseballs, right? so the pitchers would not have an advantage, so to speak, because in their opinion, home runs, things like that, make more money. And so the NFL is no different with all the rules that they put in. To take you look at back when Deion Sanders was corner, right? You talk about a physical game. These receivers these days, man, have got it made because it's been catered to them to do that. So when I look at it from a league standpoint and a debatable topic or whatever, I think everybody's in. I don't think that there's one way that's right or wrong. As long as it's not glitching the game out or something severe. If you want to be pass heavy, be pass heavy. If you want to be run heavy, we're going to be run heavy. I don't care. Me personally, I'm probably going to try to be as balanced as possible because I don't want to be subjected to being stopped. I want to have a counter for that. And perfect example, I took 2 losses last night against 2 really good competitors and high skill set guys that we got in our league with Tyron Terry and then also with Richard. And I'm cool with it. I immediately after the game, I straight up told them, "Hey man, good game. GG's, straight up. I didn't play well. You took advantage of my mistakes, and that's just how it is." So
you didn't message them in the middle of it and tell them they were boring?
Oh, absolutely not. But that is what it is, man. I mean, people've got their own opinion how they do things and stuff like that. Matter of fact, normally I don't even, if I'm in a game, I don't even interact with you. If you pause the game, then I know something's up. But otherwise, we can talk after the game. So, but that's been a big debate, and that's been that way for years. So and it never fails. Your pass heavy guys, they hate playing run heavy guys. And the reason is because they don't have the ball in their hands as much as they want because they're gassed up, they're juiced up, they're trying to score. But
you can't score 100.
You can't score if you don't have the ball, right? So
I'm trying to score 100.
Okay, but that all that stuff leads back to the next thing, which is the rules debate and things like that, and we try to be respectful for everybody, and we did have somebody that dropped 100 on somebody. That's not what we're about, and so going forward, one of the things that we talked about was having a mandatory chew clock. If you're up by 35 or more, it's just like high school ball, at least in the state of Tennessee. It's a continuous clock kind of thing. So the clock doesn't stop as long as one team is up by 35 points. And, that to us, that's kind of a happy middle ground. And we're going to implement that for the rest of the seasons for fantasy and for the regs. So that we'll make an announcement on the page and that kind of thing. But because we specifically state that we don't care about your stats, we don't care about your XP. It's about the experience in our leagues. And what it comes down to is your wins are what gets you in the playoffs. It's not how many points you score or how much you rank up your players and things like that. And hey, here's the thing. We're going to do what we're going to do, and we may be a good fit for you, and we may not, and that's okay. But, instead of I guess before we get into, the big announcement with the league expansion and stuff, what are your guys' thoughts on the rules? What's been brought up in outside of, putting up that amount of points? Anything else that's been, kind of an issue with anything or any type of adjustments that we might need to look at for our rules?
I got one. I was getting my butt kicked in the fourth quarter in less than 2 minutes. My opponent decided to go for it on a 4th down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was against the Browns or some divisional game I just played.
Hey, stop it, man.
Hey, we're gonna take up a donation fund for Bickerton, and then also one for Jay West. Jay West, we got to get this dude a new headset. And then, with Bickerton is really taking it on the chin. So he's got us out here playing, Aaron Neville and things like that. trying
Yeah, no,
to
man.
bring him back. So, but I don't know. I mean, I think our rules are in place for a reason. I think, to me, going forward on fourth down is not really. It's debatable. You could kind of look at it and be like, okay, well, we're up, so we're going to go for it on fourth down, just as long as they nail it, or as long as they run the clock out, that kind of thing. But
That was the plan.
I don't have an issue with that, but I do have an issue with, somebody dropping 100 points in a game. I mean, that's just something that we're not going to be that kind of league. The current leagues that we have, we're not going to be that kind of league.
No comment.
Oh, you got a comment. That's what that means. I read it right in the book.
So
No, I'm not gonna comment on it. I'm really not. I'm because I think our rules are about as bland and as easy going as they can be. It just comes down to respect the league or respect us or respect period. That's it.
Right.
I agree with that.
So,
I mean, we all put a lot of time into it, and when this happens, I think in even one part of our rules, it says something along the lines: if you don't know the rules and you say you don't have time to read them and things like that, that's just typically a slap in the face. Is kind of how it's going to be perceived. And so when we have guys going in and going against the grain. And kind of pushing the envelope and then crossing that line, that's kind of an issue for us. But the good news is, as far as this big announcement, is because of these things that we're talking about here, we've talked about, and we're going to go forward with it. We're actually going to bring two additional types of leagues as far as gameplay or game style. Options, I guess, is a good way to put it. So one of the leagues is going to be a working man's, like a die-hard league that is specifically for guys who want to get better, right? What will come with this league is, me personally, and I'm not claiming to be the best player out there or anything like that, but it's amazing when I talk to some of our members. This isn't a knock on them, but some of the things that are, relatively, pretty basic in the game. Talked to a member the other night, Mikey, and Mikey was telling me, he's like, dude, I just literally found out how to slide in a game yesterday. And, it's little things like that we want to help all different skill set levels of the game. We got people that are diehard football fans. They don't have the time to put into the game. Maybe they're working their tails off, throughout the week and putting in all these hours at work. And so they want to come in and still be able to compete and do things like that. So that's what this is for the, for the working man, for the ones who are truly, trying to get better. But I'm going to join that league. Everybody that joins that league, and it'll be selective. It's going to be based off of your skill set and your knowledge of the game, how you've done in our leagues and things like that, previously. But me personally, every time that you play me, if I'm on your schedule, it will be a lab session. We're going to go over the finer things, the little things, even how to build a team, different stuff like that, how to draft, how to train your players, different types of strategies. And I'm even going to go as far as asking you beforehand, what playbook are you using? Let me grab this playbook, and we will treat this, this league game be, basically an automatic win for those who want to do a lab session, because I'm not there to win. I'm there to, to help and, to do all that stuff. So, but, our objective is to help these guys. And that's kind of what we want to do, and we've got a lot of good dudes in here, and matter of fact, they just they deserve to be in the right environment to where it will fit their lifestyle, kind of thing. So Mabry will be the main guy over that league, and I'll just be there to kind of help. And we've even talked to our current Super Bowl champion, who Terry with about coming in and actually doing individual lab sessions with these guys in that league and that kind of thing. And same thing for any admin or any admin that we currently have. If you guys ever need any help or things like that, then that's we're here to help you. And then to offset that, we've also got another league that what we are going to call like the Freestyle League. And basically that's going to be a no holds barred. There's no rules. You flat out you go after it, man. It's like tournament style. And when you have that, then we don't get into the the whole thing of trying to figure out a matter of opinion or a judgment call when it comes to certain rules and stuff like that. It's going to be basically the same type of settings that would be in a tournament. So yeah, it's definitely going to be crazy in the Freestyle League, and I'll probably join that as well, just to try to get my feet wet. And I'm older and stuff, and we'll be taking registration for that stuff this week. So we'll try to get all that stuff situated. But Mabry, what do you have to add to any of that? Mabry, you here? All right, Bickerton, what do you got to add to it?
The one thing I like about what we are doing with those two leagues are the beginners league or the learning session league. And I really don't know that much about Madden. I'm not joking. I'm with Mikey. I just learned how to pinch and slide my defensive line probably 3 weeks ago, and I just go out there and play, and there's a lot of techniques I can definitely grow and use to better my game in Madden. I think it's going to be very beneficial to a lot of people who are in that league. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a really great thing. And as far as the other league, I'm very interested on seeing who has the most cheese. There's no rules. It's just going to be who can bring home the most wins at the end of the day, and I think it's going to be very interesting and exciting to watch.
Yeah, we'll have like I said, these are just additional options for for what we got going on, and we like everybody that's here, but what we've got to do is from a business standpoint, we got to try to find different options that are going to fit people's style. It's not fair for us to try to convince somebody or change somebody's opinion on how they should or shouldn't play the game, that kind of thing. So instead of doing that and causing some conflict and that kind of thing, then we're gonna provide an option to where well, if that's how you want to play, it's great. We've got let's put you over here in this league, that kind of thing. Or if if you feel like that you don't have the time to invest in to the game to compete against some of these guys who are putting all kinds of time in, then we've got this option over here. And then we will always have our bread and butter league, which we've got right now with our regs league. So that it's just a matter of choice. Where do you fit in with that? And hopefully we can be a part of your your league experience at least. Jay West, what do you got?
Yeah, I like the idea of having that league, and to be honest, Big, I didn't think there's an issue with your game, man. Like, I just feel like every once in a while people get into these slumps, man. Trust me, we all go through it. Man. And I just feel like you're pretty good in the game, man. It's just sometimes you just gotta switch it up, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not like I know there's slumps, but I'm saying like some of these guys go in there and they definitely on defense they mess with like the coachment adjustments with depth of the corners and stuff like that. I don't touch any of that stuff, so
that stuff right there, that stuff is really just personal preference, man. And
yeah,
you just what you gotta do is just mess around with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just see what works for you. and you'll figure it out. Like I'll mess with it a little bit here and there. Sometimes if you're just doing it to do it, like you don't really know what you're doing, like it can hurt you. But if you go in there and just mess with the adjustments, like do it in an online game just to
Right.
see what you got, and then when you bring it back to the franchise, implement it there.
Sure.
But yeah, that saying as far as like honestly, yeah, I'm definitely with that, man. As far as helping guys out, become more competitive in the game, because that's what it's all about, man. Being competitive. Nobody wants to play somebody and put up crazy points. Like that's not fun. It's not fun at all. I like to be competitive. I like a challenge. So if it can help that in the game, I'm all.
Yes.
That's the river mountains right there, man.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
man.
It's-
I'm all for it, man. Yeah,
Up for all what,
no,
man? Your
you,
mic
you,
just
you
went
was
out.
breaking up, oh boy.
hey man, hey look, that's what I've been trying to fix. So
Well, the one thing about the whole thing, like I said, is trying to provide a certain experience for as many people as we possibly can, and to help and to kind of do that stuff. So and there's not a lot of people out there that are going to do that, and at the same time, we have to respect the guys that are at I guess a higher level, and they want to play a certain way, kind of thing, and they have a difference of opinion. It's not necessarily higher level; it's more of a difference of opinion kind of stuff. And so, why not just provide that environment for them to where everybody's comfortable in what they do, and and stuff like that, and don't really have to worry about anything, because as long as we've been doing this, it's damn near 20 years we've been doing this stuff, right? And it's one of those things that it's very um, common every year. You're going to have people push the envelope and stuff like that. So I think we're just at a point, instead of fighting it, and we're going to provide another option. But in our current league, though, I mean the rules are what they are. We're going to stick to that. So hopefully we can find a way to to get more people involved. And our end goal is to have and we've said it since day one, is to have a whole new network of different types of leagues and league options and stuff like that. So if you're listening, or if you're checking in with that, make sure that you hop over to our Facebook page with JTDG TV over on Facebook. I'll try to put the link up.
Say that 10 times.
I was reading Jay West's text. He said he's having mic issues, so I got it a little bit sidetracked. But I'm going to go right now and put the link up for our Facebook page, and you can send us a message there, or just contact us and let us know that you want to to sign up for one of these new leagues that we've got. So, but Biggerton, do you have anything else that you wanted to add to that?
No, man, I thought you did a great job covering it. I think we are going to do a great job with adding both those leagues, and I mean we're looking to expand in other platforms of games as well, right? I mean, I've been talking about getting on MLB, the show a little bit. You've been talking about some COD, maybe some NHL. You want to talk about that stuff?
Yeah, we've probably the most recent thing that I've done was I always do the campaign stuff for a lot of games. If they have a story mode or whatever, I'll get into that. And this time I actually broke it down into like hour-long episodes. And I think with the new Call of Duty Vanguard stuff, I was able to get that into like 5 different episodes. So there's 5 hours or 5 hours plus. Some of them may have went, like an hour 14, 15, things like that. So there's over 5 hours worth of the campaign mode for Call of Duty. I love the story. That was very entertaining to an extent. It's a little bit weird. I don't have the mic on or anything like that, so you can actually hear the actual storyline and stuff. So that stuff's just fun to me and that kind of thing. And whenever Mabry gets back, we will talk about our first experience when it comes to like online play and.
I've been here.
Oh. So what do you have to add to any of that?
No comment. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
That's my saying, boy.
I mean, I'm passionate about a lot of things, man, and sometimes it's better. I'm not the best one to say certain things, and that's the truth on it, So I just kind of muted my mic and kind of stepped away and let it kind of go the way it needed to go because I'm very passionate about some things, and maybe this ain't the platform for it. So I just kind of stay quiet. That's the only way I've been. That's the way I've been kind of, directed or whatever. Is a better way of saying it. As far as Call of Duty goes, for me, I'm just weird. I'm a Call of Duty fan. Been a Call of Duty person for a long time, and it's like they always bring out that one Call of Duty that don't fit. I'm not saying this one's it, but something's off. It just feels off. But I will say this. If there was a way to transfer it, like, how we're all a group, everybody's a group, and stuff like that. If there was a way, like if everybody wanted to be a part of Call of Duty and wanted to play Call of Duty, or thought about playing Call of Duty, here's your chance. You got dudes. Just send me a friend invite. Let me know. We can all hook up and we can bring you into it slowly but surely. Trust me, I know we all know. Me and Josh know how Call of Duty works. We can adjust things to put us in the right environment, put us in the right thing until you can figure the game out. And then who's to say you can't figure the game out like you can Madden? And it'd be a great thing. It'd just be another way for us to expand. You just ain't been presented with the right environment because you didn't have people to play with. You didn't have people to watch your back. You didn't have people to put you in the right spot. Trust me, we can do that. I mean, me and Josh together are pretty good at the game when we want to be. When we have to be. When we're just playing it with each other and shit like most of the time, we just go at it. It is what it is. We just building up guns, building up weapons. But when we're asked to produce and we're asked to carry and we're asked to do what we got to do, you ain't gonna find a better duo. I just promise you that you're not gonna find a better duo. So if it's something you're interested in, download it. Jump in, send me a friend invite, let me know who you are from the league in case your name changes, and let's do it. I mean, it'd be fun. You actually have somebody to run with on Call of Duty. Are you kidding me? That'd be great. It's not, if we lose, we lose. But I promise you this, we will get better. 110%.
Well, I think to me, like, it's more about the relationship. So I 100% agree with that. It's not all about Madden, what we do. So it's more about the relationships that are established and and that kind of thing. And what better way than for us to be able to go out on another game of some sort, whatever that might be, and just try to kick back and get to know each other more on a friendship, relationship, whatever, kind of level, and just kind of go out and, I mean, we're all here, we all play games for a reason. That's, we're supposed to enjoy ourselves. Well, unfortunately, with the product that Madden gives us, that's impossible this year. We've got people complaining about Madden left and right, but that shouldn't justify like a lot of the relationships that I've established with our league members and things like that. A lot of friendships and the brotherhood and all that stuff. And it goes way beyond Madden. I mean, people hit me up quite often, and just through, messages and stuff. And it's not always about the game. We talk about some real life stuff, or they'll call, or, or whatever. So it's a great way to, continue to build that and for everybody to be involved. And it doesn't even really have to be Call of Duty. I mean, I was talking to Bickerton about, some other games, like been noticing a lot of people playing like NHL. I'm not a hockey fan by any means, but growing up, I always enjoyed playing the hockey games. Sometimes even soccer, with FIFA or whatever. But in real life, man, honestly I can't stand them. But to actually play the game, it's a little bit different. Same thing with 2K and and all the show. They all kind of run its course, and it's always nice to be able to fall back on something when maybe you're getting a little bit burnt out on Madden and you need to take a break, or you just lost a game that you feel like you shouldn't have lost, and so you just need to get away and kind of take a different route. So, but Bickerton, you said that you played the NHL.
Yeah, I had NHL 19, I believe. I like NHL a lot. It's a very fast-paced game, and I mean you can score goals and any time, and you can come back at any point in the game, which is really cool. You don't have your opponent necessarily like run the clock down like you might in that Madden or something like that kind of game. I've also played FIFA a lot. I'm definitely gonna be either getting the new NHL or FIFA. I'm kind of leaning towards NHL. I went to a hockey game the other night on Tuesday, and I was like, man, hockey's fun, Just like the excitement of scoring a goal and hearing that horn go off. I think that'd be pretty cool to create like a My Player and get in some online leagues with that going as well, and building the brand with the game. So that'd be definitely pretty interesting in my opinion.
What about Mabry? Like me and you was lopped on last night or yesterday. What was your first impressions of like the multiplayer stuff on there for Call of Duty?
Oh, the same as it's always been. I mean, it's just, I don't know how to say it, man. Like, I mean, you're pretty good at the game. I'm pretty good at the game. If we just had like, and that's what I really want this Just Too Damn Good, this JTDG. I want it to blossom. Like, I want it to know that it's a family thing. Like, here's your chance. Like, if you've ever been one of those players that has felt like you didn't have anybody, if you just had somebody, here's your chance. Do it. Yeah, do it. Like, here it is. We're bringing a family to you. We're bringing you a group. We're bringing you somebody. Just don't be afraid to say it. Like, what are you into? Just don't bring me Minecraft, because I mean, I ain't gonna be able to do my Minecraft. I don't know about Minecraft, but
hey, I'll play Minecraft with you.
Man, there you go. We got it covered. Right there. I mean, and this is all it's about. Like, I would love to do it. Like, win or lose, it's not about. I hate losing with a passion. I'm competitive and things like that. It's just, I always think about what it would be like if on some of those games when we're playing, Josh, if me and you had that headset communication to set people up the right way, to protect certain things and do certain things a certain way, where we could win those games. Because at the end of the day, me and you're sitting over here, and you think about a team deathmatch where it's going to 100 kills or something like that, and me and you are sitting here with 40-something kills.
Yeah, dang, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like little things like that. We're sitting here at domination, and me and you got the most captures, and we almost beat this whole squad over here. Like, I think about those all the times. Like, if we had this, it doesn't matter. But like, don't come in thinking, I got to impress these guys. You don't have to impress me. You just have to be on the headset with me, running out there and dying by that grenade every time. And you know what? You're telling me you're dying by that grenade every time. And I know where to go, believe it or not. And then after that, I can help you. Like I can say, all right, I'm gonna go out here and die by this grenade every time. Now you know where it's at. Do what you need to do to get your kills. Just go after it, because and I miss that, man. Because we had to play a certain way. Like Josh, I mean, when me and you are playing against each other, we had to go so hard. It's not even funny. That's the only thing I'm missing. You know, like on Call of Duty, like I miss that. Because back in the day, I guess maybe we're kind of different than other people. We ran with a crew back in the day, and it's hard to let that go. You know, like you couldn't even cheat and beat us. We knew the cheats, we just didn't do them. But as soon as you started cheating us, we did them right back to you, and then who's going to win? You know, like it's all good. It's no different than Madden. It really is. It's no different than Madden. It's just about camaraderie, talking to each other, getting more familiar with each other, being a support system for grown-ass men. Because men need that shit just as well as women do. Yeah. You know, it's about, you know, just helping each other and growing as a culture. I mean, dude, I want Just Too Damn Good to be so much more than just a video game thing. There's a huge picture here, and I just need people to buy into it and understand where it's coming from. And when they see it, man, we're going to blow up. Yeah. And we're going to blow up together. And everybody that's a part of it right now is who I wanted to be a part of it when it really does blow up. You know, it doesn't matter what you're bringing to the table. What are you good at? Are you only good at going to get lunch? Go get lunch and bring that shit back. You know, who cares? I'm not mad at you. You know, you're part of it, man. You know, it's like I just, and that's why I'm so hell bent. That's why I'm so rule protective. You know, I'm bigger on rules than a lot of people. I feel like they have to be there. You know, and then it's kind of like, if you don't want to be a part of it, don't. Like, if this is something that doesn't like feed your need, then it's not for you. But if it's something that feeds your need and it's something you want to be a part of, then let's go. Let's do it. Let's blow up.
I think with the whole idea behind JTDG and Omen and, you know, and all that stuff is to have options. You know, I've said it, you know, several times this podcast, but whether it's options for different types of, you know, game style play for our leagues, or if it's a different option for another game, even, you know, outside of Madden. It doesn't have to be about Madden. It's just Madden happens to be, you know, kind of what we're as far as with our leagues and stuff is we have the most members on there, and, you know, that kind of thing. But absolutely, man, if we can you know, kind of expand a little bit and start bringing in some dudes, and, you know, like Matt and you know, some of the guys who are regular,
Jimmy,
Edgar, Jimmy, like all those dudes, man. We need, you know, let's play a different game together.
Matt knows how to play Warzone.
Yeah, we watched him. You know, and if you know, get over to Ravens Gaming, check him out, man. That dude is absolutely.
I need somebody to teach me how to play that.
That's where usually our comedy stuff, our comedy videos, that's coming from Warzone, because we're all freaking clueless, you know. So, but the thing is, man, it's like, even if you're terrible at the game, it's still gonna be a good time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we don't base anything off a skill set. You know, it does. That's like secondary. Nope. So it's all about the human being, about the person, you know, and that kind of stuff. So, but you know, before we get off here, guys, let's talk a little bit about this fantasy league, Bickerton. Where
I'm
we
actually
at?
in the middle of a game, but
oh my God, this dude, man.
Fantasy.
The Bengals and Broncos, I believe they got their game in, but those were two top-notch teams going after each other, and I don't know the exact score, but the Bengals ended up winning. So that was definitely a dominance. That was one of those games you wanted to see, and just to know, like, man, who's a better team here? You know, two top-notch teams going after it. So that's one of the games that stuck out to me.
Here I am with fantasy, and I'm gonna be honest. this week has finally started off a little bit better than last week. But last week, there was a total of, I think, 3 games, maybe 4 played. And every single one of them was admin games. So, fantasy, we're going to finish this season out. We're going to do what we got to do. And then fantasy is done. Yeah. I just don't see it. Maybe we just got a group of guys that don't care about it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just... And I love it. You know, I'm the type. I'm the one that pushed it. Like, I wanted it. You know, and it just is what it is. You know, I don't see it coming back. I don't see it happening. And I also think, you know, while we're on the subject, we might as well go ahead and go and let everybody know this that cares to tune into this. You know, we're gonna, after this year's of regs, we're gonna reboot it. And the reason we're going to reboot it is because I think it's something. We're going to reboot it for one thing and one thing only. We're not rebooting it because Jay West has got 36 X Factors. You know, we're not going to reboot it because of that. We're going to reboot it because we got somebody that wants to come in the league and has been trying to get in the league. I mean, everybody's tried. You've tried like 27 different ways. I think Alan tried and Josh has tried. And it won't let us fill that 32nd team for some reason.
Right, because
the
rumor is because we're still on the old the scouting, you know, so we didn't like reboot when that patch came out and that kind of thing, and so that's the rumor, the most surefire rumor that we've heard so far is why we can't fill that last team is because it just doesn't. It's not going to allow you, you know, to. And if you had 32, you know, from the beginning or before the patch came out, then everything was fine. But, you know, at this point, you know, we're sitting there with an open team and we've got people on a waiting list trying to get in. We can't get them in. Yeah. And
we need to get them in.
So we got to figure out, you know, who's active, who's not, you know, that kind of thing. And then kind of regroup and go from there. So
I was going to touch on that. I want everybody to know right now, anybody that's a part of Just Too Damn Good, we love you and we respect you. But we have to put active members in here. We have to have people who want to be here and want to act right and want to fucking do the right thing and just reach out and fucking get your game scheduled and play your games. If you're not doing that, we're going to have to replace you. Yeah. You're not kicked out of Just Too Damn Good. You're still part of the fucking family. It's just the game.
Well, maybe it's a timing thing. You know, maybe it's not a good time to, you know, for some people to have to make that commitment by, you know, us advancing every 48 hours or whatever. Maybe they got a lot going on, and it's
100%.
just
That's
better
what brought
to
on the working man's thing.
Yeah,
You know?
we're not going to burn any bridges or anything like that. But you know, we do. Our goal is for 32 active owners, and we've got, you know, some guys that are maybe not. For whatever reason, you know, not holding up their end of the bargain, and at the same time, you know, we can't get people in, and so it's just a good way for us to just do a fresh start and that kind of thing. But
just to see, at least, if that's the reason.
But so the other thing, as far as, you know, like scheduling, we had, you know, some issues come up about. Well, when you have, you know, when I think we touched on it last Sunday with our last podcast. It's the same message that gets put out every single advance, man. If you guys
every single advance,
if you're having issues with your opponent, you tag your opponent, and then you will tag admin, screenshot your efforts to, you know, to reach out to them and try to get the game scheduled and that kind of thing. And then that way, and then you go back and you post that stuff, and that way that's documented. And it's not a he said, she said kind of thing. This is just about being a professional about it and having everything documented, making it easier on, you know, admin to try to cipher through all the information and all the posts and all that stuff. You know, admin really doesn't have the time to track down your win. You know, that's kind of your responsibility. And if somebody tags you and you disagree with it, then, you know, absolutely come back and combat it. And we will, you know, go into a private chat, try to get it sorted out. If we can't, then it'll be a fair sim, or whatever we feel like is the right thing to do. So, and I think that's some of the things that we kind of got away from and not really cracking down on. But going forward, we've got to do that. So
yeah, you just gotta let us know, man. I mean, that's the only way to do it. Like, if you don't let us know the correct way, we're never going to be right. Like at the end of the day, if you don't let us know and we advance, and you were the one that reached out and you done all your work and you didn't tell nobody you done your work, we're not going to know. So we're gonna look like the bad guy at the end of the day. But if you just let us know and you show it to us, we can make it right. It's just that simple.
Well, we list step by step. Each advance, it's literally step by step on what to do, and so there's no real excuse to not get that done. But as far as this fantasy league, since Bickerton's in a game, I was sitting here looking at the standings over there. Let's go. Let's see. I think we're in week 14 or 15. Going to we're in week 15 right now. Is advance tomorrow night?
Yeah.
No, it's tonight.
It is tonight for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Advance is tomorrow night, fellas.
Oh, we're on. So we got. Yeah, that's right. Both leagues are on the
page.
same events.
Am I breaking up again? Sorry, guys.
You're
No,
good.
you're not breaking up. Sorry, guy. You're fine. You're fine.
Hey, standings over there, week 15. Overall top 10. We'll start down here at number 10 with the Bengals, sitting at 10-4. Probably one of the fastest teams in the league. From what I could see, that's Wiggins. So he's really putting it on some people.
I like Wiggins, man. I like him a lot. I do. I mean, he came in on the Regs team and he took the Vikings. That's nobody's favorite team to take. And he kind of showed up and showed out.
Well, he made a promise after that Super Bowl loss to Terry that he was coming back with a vengeance in both leagues, and so far he seems. I mean, he's scored 443 points, giving up 241. So then you move up with Admin Allen with the Steelers, sitting at 9-5 in the 9 spot.
Tough.
He's that's a unique situation because from what I remember, Allen didn't even draft his team. So.
He did.
So he's making the best out of that and doing a very good job with that stuff. Coming in at number 8 is the Panthers at 9-4, which that's probably Bickerton, I would assume.
Yep.
Woo.
This is the same guy who's complaining and shouting
Chicks
out.
love the Bic.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said, thank God I have. I'm doing half decent in the other league guys right now. So.
I
I think I was
thought you were going to go a different
direction.
direction.
I was really happy on the draft class in the Regs League for the next year, but then I heard that we weren't keeping it. So I guess the reason for my slumping for the draft pick has no reason for it anymore. So I'll have to start trying again.
There you go.
Well,
if that's what it takes, all right, whatever it takes to get you trying again. That's what
touching on the fantasy league, with that, I mean, the normal lifespan or whatever you want to call it of a fantasy league, you may get like 2 seasons max out of it anyway.
I agree, 100%.
Just for the simple fact, people get, they draft their team, everybody's excited. And by the time you get to the last quarter of the season, people start dying off when they don't make playoffs. Yeah. And then the hard part, which that is normal in just about any league, but the hard part is finding replacement owners to take over these teams that somebody else has drafted, right?
Oh, 100%.
So,
dude, it's impossible.
It's extremely difficult. But so that'd be another reason to this participation and and trying to find reasonable replacement owners and that kind of thing.
That's why I've always said, like, if you do a fantasy league, you play one season and start over.
Yeah.
You know, you just keep doing it. You just play one season and you start over.
Yeah, I'd like to continue to, to do a fantasy. I think that's another different option, for our leagues. But they would definitely have to be handled a little bit differently than our normal league format, I guess.
I'm just saying, what I'm seeing right now is, I don't know. Fantasy league is dying.
So
is that everybody's favorite word?
Coming in at number 7, we got the 49ers sitting there at 10-4 with J.A.N.
Tough opponent. Very tough. And he actually let the computer draft for him too, and they drafted him a hell of high defensive line apparently, because that's what I'm saying that because that's what he said to me. I could be wrong on that, but
yeah,
that's what he said.
I can't remember. I mean, that was the draft night's always chaotic. So
yeah.
But certain things stick out in my memory, and I'm old, and you kind of pick and choose what the hell you decide you're going to remember anyway. So, but then coming in at number 6, I think is somebody that's kind of surprised, a lot of people, who's really, I feel like has accepted the challenge, and that's the Bucks with Anthony Vargas. He's sitting there at 10-3 with the Bucks, and in both leagues he has really turned a corner and is very competitive.
Who the hell is it? Who did he surprise?
He surprised me. I mean,
did he really? Vargas?
Yeah.
You don't remember? I'm gonna tell you why Vargas is so much on my radar. I mean, and I'm mad because it was one of our leagues that Vargas was in, and this dude was running through people. Oh, it's J.A.N. It was J.A.N. I ain't gonna lie, it was J.A.N. And he beat J.A.N. J.A.N. was undefeated at the time, and Vargas. I was like, Vargas is one of them dudes. Don't sleep on Vargas. I like him.
Yeah,
I like him.
He's sneaky.
Yes.
I feel like we have to look at him in a different kind of light because he's beat some very good people between the two leagues this season. These two current seasons we got going on. In the past he's always been competitive, but he always seemed to not be able to overcome and pull out the win in a lot of games that he probably should have won. But that's what when I say that that I have a different outlook on him now, is like he's actually sticking to his game plan and getting a lot of big wins, when it counted and stuff. So
J.A.N., just realized that Josh, aka Rage, aka I don't know what team he is in the fantasy, is the one talking shit right now. Not me. Don't take it out on me. Go ahead.
Was I talking shit?
Yeah, you was talking shit.
Yeah, I was still talking about Vargas. So
that's what I was talking about, Vargas.
Oh, you said J.A.N.
No, I said Vargas.
You said J.A.N.
Oh, goddamn. Well, I lose. I said J.A.N. My bad.
Well, I mean, Vargas is my boy. Me and him talk all the time. So, I mean, he'll hit me up.
I really like Vargas.
He's tried to get some of these members in, to our league, and we can't, the game's not letting us. That we don't want to get him in, but he's been very active in the recruiting, part of it. So, and we'll chit chat from time to time about different games and strategies and even potential trades and that kind of stuff. But Vargas is a good one.
Yep.
Coming in at number 5, you've got Eddie G Edgar with the Colts.
Edgar.
Colts is sitting there at 10-3. Same record as the Bucks, and Edgar's always going to be stout. So he's just continues to grind it out and really just kind of go at it. So
Edgar's like that fly, no matter how many times you swat him, or you just try to get him away, Hey, but I appreciate it. Me and Edgar used to be the ones to battle when our schedules met up, and now when our schedules last year didn't meet up, and I was like, look, Edgar, we can't be a part of stuff. He stayed away from me this year. Me and him has stayed so far apart that I don't even want to play him because he'd probably dominate me at this point.
I don't know,
He probably would.
Well, he's always, he's always been a competitor. So, I mean, it's, I don't know. He's another one you can't sleep. And the further we go up this list, I mean, it's a telltale sign, But coming in next at number 4 is the Raiders, and that is Nate. He's sitting there at 11-2.
My boy.
He's got. I think he don't make a whole lot of noise. He just kind of flies under the radar, unless you're in the chat and unless you're his dad. And then he's gonna talk all kinds of mad shit to you. So
that is the most truest statement I've ever heard spoke on this whole podcast.
Yeah, I can't win with him. But yeah, he's sitting there at 11-2, and you don't really hear from him unless he's playing his games, kind of thing. So, but coming in at number 3, Broncos, and that is Tyron Terry again. He's sitting there at 11-3. Just
Nice.
Another good addition, to our league and stuff, and he's very active and. Make sure he gets his games in and that kind of thing, and it's
We're
another
getting too many of these
good.
quiet dudes in our league, man. I don't know how to react. I'm used to people coming at me. Some of our better players nowadays don't say a word. They don't say nothing. I'm just here to win, motherfucker. It's like, what the heck? I don't know how to. That's crazy.
Bears, which is myself, we're sitting at the number 2 spot with 11-2. I'll be 100%.
Struggling.
I'm not saying I'm struggling. I'm just saying I really don't like my team. So
Struggling.
But it has been a struggle. It always is.
It always is.
But
My dog.
we do what we try to do. Try to make the best out of what we got.
Struggles in my life. I do.
Well,
I love it. I love it. You're so well at downplaying yourself. It's not even funny.
I'm not trying to downplay myself. I just
Yes, you.
no.
Bickerton, jump on my side this time, Bickerton. You done bailed him out.
Yeah,
Jump on my side now.
Hey, why don't you cry yourself a river? That's what you told me, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever said cry yourself a river.
You say stop being so soft.
No, I
Stop
said
feeling bad for
enough with the
yourself.
poor me's. But see, the difference
Yeah.
between me and you, Bickertons, I'm not.
You think you're a winner?
I'm 11-2,
You're the only
Hey.
person. You're only just a damn good admin that's won a Super Bowl.
So, well, that was only once, twice. I don't remember.
Oh, once, twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Coming in at number 1 spot, according to Madden, is the Titans, and that's that little punk Terry.
Terry, ice
He's
cream
sitting
man.
there 13-1, and the one loss, that's continues to be a hot debate.
I'm gonna quit fucking being mean to Terry. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know why Terry's good at the game?
That's all he does.
That's all that man does.
He plays football too, but his whole
Yep.
life involves around football, man.
Yep, he lives, breathes, sleeps Madden. That dude. I mean, it could happen to any of us. Like if you had the time and like you cared about, like you done nothing but played Madden. Think about it. Like, I mean, that's all the kid does, man. He is a machine. I can't even be mad at him for it. I love him for it, actually. It's like, damn.
Yeah, he definitely puts the time in,
Yeah.
on as many platforms as he possibly can too. So, that's the power of this next this young generation coming up, man. They just You know, he's one of the few. You know, you got to respect him for that. I mean, he's dedicated to Madden,
You got to.
and it shows. So,
And man, and you know what? A lot of things that kids don't have that he has is my favorite thing. He says all the time, man, just relax, relax.
yep.
Why are you getting mad? Relax. I'm mad because you're telling me relax, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's very mature. I feel like, you know, in some regards, you know, considering he is, you know, one of the younger guys. Him and Nate are probably the two youngest in both leagues. But and they're both, you know, great kids and young men and
About 100.
that kind of thing. So, but
Love them both. Nothing but the best.
Anybody have anything you want to add? Anything else before we sign off for tonight?
Hey, just remember, man, this ain't about us thing. It's about us thing. I know that didn't make sense a lot, but if you listen to it over, you'll understand what I'm saying. You know, it's like, it's not, we're trying to build something for everybody. Yes, us that is doing it will benefit from it more at the end of the day, but everybody else can benefit from it too if they want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's build this. Let's go at it, man. We can do this, man. You know, don't be scared.
Bickerton, you got anything you want to add?
No, sir, man. I thought it was a good podcast. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to get those other two leagues kicked off and see what happens in the future, man. I'm very excited.
Yeah, we'll have we'll open registration for those leagues again. You know, if it's something you want to participate in, be sure and get with us and let us know, and we'll make sure that we get you in the right spot that you're going to, you know, enjoy yourself and in that, you know, in that kind of thing. And you know, we'll see where it goes, and I think it's going to be good. So, but you know, we appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching our fifth episode. You know, we just seems like we continue to do this and try to bring, you know, as many different topics and things like that. You know, going forward, we're eventually, you know, possibly going to try to do multiple days, you know, through the week and things like that. And normally we're on Sundays, so we'll be back Sunday.
Hey, can I say something, Josh?
Yeah.
All right, in the comments below, if there's something we didn't cover, in the comments below, leave us something. Leave us something that y'all want us to cover if you think we didn't talk about it. Like in the comments below of the thing, you know, let us know.
Yeah.
You know, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please do that. That's going to help tremendously. But at anything, that's the question of the day. If there's something we didn't cover, if there's something y'all'd rather us do better at, leave it in the comments below.
That's good, boss.
Yeah, we're open to constructive criticism, you know, so that's the only way we're going to get better. And but like I said, normally, you know, we're on Sundays, so we'll be back this coming Sunday at 9 p.m. Or no, I think we're going to change it to 7. So that what everybody's good with 7 o'clock on Sunday?
Sunday, yes.
So we'll start moving it to Sundays at 7. That way we can get in right after the 4 o'clock games, and then right before the night game for NFL, you know, every Sunday. So, but those are some adjustments that we're going to make. And then after that, you know, we'll start incorporating different days throughout the week, you know, pending everybody's schedule and that kind of thing. But we do appreciate you guys. Like Mabry said, you know, make sure you're subscribing, you're dropping likes. We need to see more activity in the chat. Period. I feel like
Yes, sir.
that's what drives it towards the top, and that'll bring in, you know, outside attention that normally, you know, wouldn't be here besides our league members. So, but thank you guys. You guys have a great evening, and we will talk again on Sunday. Have a good night.